We have to talk to you about the RT scandal. It still makes front page news. They are set to receive almost, I thought this was a misprint, €1 billion over 4 years from the state. Do you think that's fair to ourselves, who also do the exact same job? We're sat here, Virgin Media.
So I'll answer the other way.
The blanket validation. The interviewer asks if it's fair that state-backed RTE gets €1 billion of public cash, while their own commercial network gets nothing. The blunt, honest answer from a politician should be, you are a private company owned by a multi-billionaire multinational corporation. Why on earth should the taxpayer fund your operation? But not Simon, who is seeking re-election. He cannot alienate a massive media platform on live television before an election. So instead, he diffuses the hostility with empty praise. By expanding the definition of public service to include everyone in the room, satisfying the corporate hosts.
I mean, do I believe Virgin Media do public service broadcasting? I do. Do I believe that RT do public service broadcasting? I do. So public service broadcasting doesn't just happen in RT. Good public service broadcasting does happen there, of course. And I think it was the right decision to stabilise RT, or the public service broadcaster. I think that was the right decision. And I think the model we came up with was sensible in terms of reforming a TV licence and providing some more exchequer funding. So it's important to say all that money doesn't come from the exchequer directly. Do we need to do more to support other broadcasters, other radio stations, other local newspapers? Yes, we do. Now, we've started that. So we have created a new fund. We have topped it up by several million euro. But I think the next government, which I really hope to be a part of, which I'd like to lead, I think does need to do much more.
The tomorrow trap. When pressed on why a current system is totally unfair, Simon completely avoids talking about what he's doing right now. Instead, he kicks the problem down the road into an imaginary future window, the next government. By dangling a vague promise of future help, he safely calms the room without actually signing any checks today. It's a classic stall tactic to buy time and escape the question.
To recognise public service broadcasting now happens in different places and not just in RT.
Is that something that will happen anytime soon for people?
Well, I'd argue it's already beginning to happen.
Okay.
So we're already providing more funding for that this year than last year. We'll be providing more money next year than the year before. But I would like to see a step change in the level of that funding. And certainly, as we just mentioned, we'll be going into an election shortly. And I'll be putting my case
on the
forward
29th of November.
The real blunder here, the interviewers totally surrendered. They started with $1 million question, but the second the politician threw them some cheap flattery and a vague promise about tomorrow, they smiled and let him off the hook. That is terrible interviewing. To beat this trick, you have to ignore the compliments and stick to the math. The host should have stopped him immediately and said, praising our work doesn't change the ledger, Minister. Our viewers are paying taxes to give €1 billion to our direct competitor. Why are you handing public cash to one network while leaving independent platforms out in the cold? Don't let politicians buy you off with sweet talk. Force them to answer for the money.